die. Would you have one with 11, with 13, 8, 9, 4? So we want to know how this 14 affected. Do you understand the word affect?
My notes on page.
First answer the question. You can understand the word affect.
Yes, my notes. But
the results.
But on page 2
of
the petition, I want to read
page 2. Yes. Page 2.
paragraph 7.
Yes.
That I contend that there was non-compliance with the provisions laid down in the Act of Parliamentary Elections Act relating to elections.
Yes.
The failure to return votes from 14 polling stations.
Of the petition code, paragraph.
Of the petition, my God.
Paragraph 7. That,
Yes.
so you read that point. Did you put that one affect? Non-compliant. Affected the result. That's why I'm asking you to understand what affect.
Yes, my God.
What does it? In the context of your results.
My Lord, in the petition, in my petition, page 2, I contend that there was non-compliance with the provisions laid down in the Parliamentary Elections Act relating to the elections, and the non-compliance and failure to hold elections in accordance with those provisions affected the results of the election.
And that is where, for me, I'm starting from the word affected. The other please, someone else is going to pass. Okay, let us first, what were the results? Between you and the first respondent, let us assume that there are only 2 players. What were the results?
My Lord, we are not the only 2 players.
Pardon?
We are not only 2 players.
You can bring the rest.
But the first respondent was the winner and the came second. But we are not the only 2 players.
Okay. What the winner got?
In the study sheet,
When you look at paragraph 5, don't go with that.
in the return form for transmission of results, the winner got A1. The winner gets 1793. 17,939 votes.
And yourself?
I get 9058 votes.
You got 9058
votes.
So those were the results. So we're how apply the word affected in the context of those two figures. To guide you, you must show that because of the 14 polling stations, I would have got 17,940 because the honorable vote 1939. So I would have tilted. So we want to show us how we are going to read this match between you and if we have given you, if you cannot, I think you concede. Close the case.
No, my lord.
You didn't show us.
I've already stated in the petition.
I think sorry, the petition is okay. You are here to give evidence. Now proof. We need evidence. Prove to the court that you would have reached the margin between you and NALUKOOLA. If you cannot,
I have stated, my lord, that Honorable NALUKOOLA got 17,929 and I got 9058. And the votes that were not returned were 16,640, my lord. And that the non-compliance in the Parliamentary Elections Act is what affected the result in a substantial manner, my lord.
what do you understand by the word return? What do you understand by the word return?
The votes, my lord, were not tallied.
Okay. Can you return what is not tallied? Those are your words.
No, my lord.
So were the 1640 votes tallied? Were they tallied?
They were not tallied, my lord, and that's why we came to the court.
Were they counted?
My lord, I can't answer that.
You have already answered this in your affidavit that there was counting. Can I show you the affidavit? That they counted, but there was no tally. We go back to the one return. Can you return what has not been counted or tallied? Or in this case, counting was done.
No, my lord.
So how do you bridge this gap? So I think for why we're here and asking this question to show how the 4P affect the results between you. And you can only do that by showing how you can bridge what magic was going to bridge this gap between 9,000 and 17. We have given you some formulas, voter turnout, You are putting all the votes at your polling station, and the councillor must shoot you.
My Lord, the total of 16,640 minus the votes, the first respondent vote is 8,335. The failure to return these votes in totality, that's how it's affected. The results may
No, show us the builder. And then for just to look for the answer.
My Lord, I've answered that the failure to return 16,640 votes in their totality affected me
Not
because
you, the results.
because of the margin of difference. If some results have come through in places where I voted from and Councillor Maswati, we would have, the result would have been changed. My God.
Okay. What was your percentage of the total vote? Percentage. Stage. Maybe use intelligence. The last part, stage target, will move faster. Move faster. You see it? The last row column. You see this is total. Is it 905%?
32%, my Lord.
32%. And Honorable NALUKOOLA vote, what percentage?
63.5, my Lord.
And the rest share. That is good. So can we apply that? For the 16 vote. And we add it respectively. We can share. Say 50-50.
I can't answer that.
Which one? scenario, 32% of 16,640. What would you get?
I wouldn't answer that.
It is calculated. This 32, you brought it yourself, these are your documents. $32.06. The total vote. Now we apply to the 16. I can calculate for you, but we don't want to give you that.
I get 5,324, my lord.
5,324.
And when I add it
to 9,000. This time you're adding it to 9,000. Not the other.
sorry, my lord.
You're adding it to 9,000.
Oh,
What do you get?
I get 14,382, my lord, added to 9058.
14 what?
14,382, my lord.
Would you have one? Before we add, now for 60%, would you have one?
No, my lord.
Should we add the first response? See at the margin. How it goes. Should we? More money. Add 63% to 50% of 16,640. 63.5. Yes.
I get 10,483, my lord.
10,000.
483, my lord.
10,000.
63%.
Okay. You have said 16, 4, 8. 63.5. Or 16.64. Is that what you did?
I use 63%, my lord.
63.5. Last line.
10,566.
10,566.
Yes.
Then you add what the first respondent got. 17,939.
Two 8,505, my Lord.
2,8,5.
505.
Then subtract 28,50 from your 14. Now to see the magic. Now that what NALUKOOLA got after, and yourself the magic. What is the difference? Between what you, the 14,382 and 28,505. That is after applying the percentages to those.
It's 14, 1, 2, 3.
Would you have one? Those magic?
No, my Lord, in this particular one.
So, I just find it that bridge the magic between you and the formula. What formula are you going to use?
Basically, in the petition,
Madam?
in the petition, I state that the votes that were left out, my Lord, and the difference between me and the first respondent is why we are here, my Lord.
Yes, I know. But okay. Maybe I'll ask what I was over asked. Can you prove that the 16,640 voters who were not tallied, as you are saying, were all going to vote for you? That's why we are here. We are not here because of the margins as they go. Sure, that those people are going to vote for Nambi from the following 14 polling stations, having lost in 4 others.
My Lord, that's not true. I won in more than 10 polling stations.
Out of 180. And then you also want to win in this 14. Sure.
My Lord, I would have voted
Okay.
for those.
Hadget, I'm okay with you winning the 10. Show us how you're going to win the 14. And how your win in the 14 was going to overturn the first respondents. I think that's the simplest I can put it. How your win in the 14 was going to overturn the result. That is the word affect.
My Lord, in the petition, page 2, the difference between The total number of votes that were not tallied was 16,640, and the difference between me as the second, as per the tally and the results form, is only 8,000.
Maybe we switch. NALUKOOLA gets 30, you get 63 and the high of the 60, because that was just on. Okay? So we switch. NALUKOOLA gets 30, you get 63, add up, and we see what we get. Can we use that formula again? Can we?
I've already stated the point of contestation in the difference and the votes that were not tallied, my lord.
You should have understood the point of contestation. We also ask you the magic that would turn the 16 in your favor as against now. We are now trying to give you the 63 and now we're against the 30, the 32. I know mathematics will be starting us. We may have to do that. Can we do that? NALUKOOLA is not popular where you are putting the 14. You are that popular in 63. Take it.
My lord, already pointed out that 16,640 votes, this honorable vote were not returned, and therefore me could be other candidates' results were not concluded.
Okay. We go to your paragraph. Temporarily suspended questioning your task. Let us go to 12, paragraph 12, 13. Yes, paragraph 12. So, you are complaining about declaring the final result.
Yes, my lord.
Because there was no tally. Correct?
Yes, my lord.
What was counted? Because to tally you must have counted. What was counted? What did your polling agents bring to you? That we went, counted, you got 100% of these votes, and they were not tallied. Did you have polling agents?
Yes, my lord, I have polling agents.
And they were at the polling stations.
Yes, my lord.
They were participating in counting. Yes or no? Yes or no?
At the 14 polling stations?
Did they count? Did they participate in count?
Are you referring to the president?
Yes.
At the 14 polling stations, my lord, we did not get the results.
But did people vote?
Yes, my lord.
Did your agents count?
I was one of the voters.
So you're one of them, and you had agents, and the procedure of voting. Do you know how they do what the polling agents are supposed to do? Yes?
Yes, my lord.
I'll give you one step, then you take me to the next one. They match the name of the person of the vote against the voter register overall. Correct?
Okay.
The voter counts, then there is the voter roll or the voter register. They look at the face, say this is Hajjaj Farida, yes. One, you have appeared. They tick. So each one marks. Is that correct? Or you don't know?
I know, my lord.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. You're
Then
verified.
subsequently, as so many people come, you go on noting. At the end of the day, you can tell that there were 500 people who turned up. Is that correct?
Yes, my lord.
So where are those results? Where is that count from your eggs?
My lord, some of those agents will appear before the court to give their.
Correct. They will appear, but I'm asking, did you ask for the count? Can you by deploying you to go and count? How many people voted at each polling station? Before you complain about zero, you must have known that they are busy. You can say, okay,
My
that is
lord,
one.
no results were brought back to me.
You did
It's
not
a candidate.
from your.
From the agent, agents.
For this video was not voting.
My lord, as a candidate, I was one of the voters at Kibogo, the ground primary school. So I voted and I was there with other voters doing the same thing.
So if you voted alone, out of so many people, the return would be zero. Do you know that? If you voted alone at that particular polling station, the percentage would indicate 0%. Correct?
My lord, I cannot answer to how many people
No, you use the math.
have voted.
Use the math. You voted one person out of the polling station with 1430. It's
38.
1438. The figure will show 0%. Would they increase? You do the math. 1 out of 1436 would return 0%.
My lord, to that, I couldn't have been the only voter because I was physically there to vote and I saw some of the voters, including my husband.
We have already had more polling stations in voting without dying. Okay, let us go to the next. We say 12 and 13. show us how the 14 affected the results. Now, in a substantial manner. Affected the results. Remember, the results have already been shown. There is a margin. And in a substantial manner. Those are your words, paragraph 13. Have you brought the evidence to that effect?
My Lord, I have an objection to that question. On 2 lines. First, the client has answered that again and again. He has taken up 2%, taken formulas, a number of probabilities. Second, my Lord, that paragraph is information from the lawyers, and that's a statement of law, my Lord. So if you're asking for the police to explain the law, that would be unfair. Well, she clearly tells you in the affidavit that I'm informed by my lawyers. So that's my Lord, the question of law. And second, in my opinion, my Lord, in my submission, she has variously answered that through the various trajectories and probabilities and theories they have come up with.
Mr. Mallory, you can focus on any other new areas
Yes.
that you have not asked about.
And I wanted to get to this very paragraph.
13, which the lawyer says for information from the lawyers. So maybe you can focus on those
I want to know
where she has direct knowledge.
I want to know from the client whether she believed what she got,
Okay.
or the information she got from the
What's your
lawyer.
question? What's your question?
I just, you said you believe, I verily believe to be true and correct. Do you know what substantial means? Results being affected in substantial manner. You believe your lawyers told you so. Can you confirm what that you believe and what you believe?
My Lord, I'm here before court, and that is enough testimony that I believe.
We have to look at paragraph 13. Read paragraph 13. Your lawyer said this is the question of law. She explained to you, and you really believed that the non-compliance affected the results in substantial manner. Did you or did you? And what did you believe?
I believe lawyers, my Lord, and what I believed was that there was non-compliance and failure to hold the elections in accordance with those provisions of the Parliamentary Elections Act.
And that non-compliance affected. Did you also believe that the results
Yes, my Lord,
in a
I believe.
substantial manner?
Yes, my Lord, that's the end of the paragraph on page 013.
You have failed to show how the results were. Yes, sir.
My Lord, I've stated in my petition how the results were affected in totality.
My Lord, I think I will stop there.
Oh, okay.
And my friend will take over.
Okay. So you can focus on the new areas.
Yes.
Don't repeat what you
I know.
My Lord, I'll be well guided.
are introduction.
Samuel.
You mentioned your name for
Samuel means again.
Okay, proceed.
Yes, agent. Agent who? Your name again? Agent? It's your statement pertaining to the results that the agents will appear. The agents do not give you results, and that will appear to answer to that. Is that your statement as the reason for you not answering some of these issues?
My Lord, clearly, in the
Confirm it was your statement.
in the 14 polling stations, I've stated in the petition that we got 0 results.
No, my senior colleague, in attempting to take us to the county, it was a statement that the agents in those 14 polling stations will appear because they did not give you results. And that's why you're not responding. Stand by that. That's the reason.
In the petition, my Lord,
Not in
the
the petition.
failure to return.
Focus. You are paying attention. You know the decision alone.
I picked it from your
Listen to
line.
his question.
Yes.
Listen to his question.
You stated, we are talking about the number of votes having been counted, where you appeared and your husband. It was your statement that you will not respond to that because the agents, according to you, will appear. They did not give you the results, but they will appear on this issue.
I did not get the results from those polling stations, if that's what you're asking.
Those results were from your agents. That's the case? With your agents.
There are no results from the 14 polling stations.
So, is it your case that your agents did not participate in any counting at the 14 polling stations? It's your evidence they did not count. Is that the case?
No, my Lord, but they did not come back to me with results from those polling stations.
They did not. In paragraph 10 of the evidence, the said agents chose to report about everything that happened. Paragraph 10 of the affidavit.
Which page is that?
Page 013. Those agents in paragraph 10 chose to give you a thorough report about what transpired on incidents you allege of chaos, of violence, and the like, but not about the voting and the counting. Is that your evidence?
The paragraph says, I am informed by the 12 persons
Yes.
that the
You can read.
information I verily believe to be true and correct, that despite incidences of chaos, my Lord, and violence, especially at Kazangola polling center, the voting itself, voting
Yes.
at the said polling stations took place
Between 7 and 4
within the
p.m.
regular voting time
Between 7, wait.
of 7 a.m. p.m. and many voters voted at the election at that.
So you confirm that voters from your agents, voters voted,
Yes, my lord.
and that votes were counted.
No, my lord.
What time is the counting of votes?
It's supposed to be normally at 5 p.m.
Because they are giving you a record, it means they recorded that voting took place. That record is clear. Voting took place between 7 and closing time of 4 p.m. But then omit or neglect to tell you that there was counting. Okay? You want us to believe that that's detail. Let's go back to the incidents of chaos and violence. Did they tell you at which polling stations, one by one? Because you have the time between 7 and 4, I don't know at what time. At least that record. The counting is not here. What time was the chaos and the violence? Paragraph 10. Did they give you that report? Is it one of the information?
My lord, the agents at the 14 polling stations stated that, yes, indeed, there was violence and chaos at those polling stations, and that's the reason why they did not have the results.
In that report, what time did they specify? Okay, did they specify the time? Was it towards 4? Because then the voting went on until 4. Was it at 9 a.m.?
No, my lord.
What time then? Did they tell you or they did not?
They mentioned that the violence
Okay, let me
started
give you
in
one.
the afternoon, late afternoon.
Kalemba Herbert at Mbogo Primary School, playground. Kalemba. Yes.
My lord,
That is
1187. The affidavit for Mr. Herbert Kalemba.
1187.
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
yes. What time? That's Kalemba Herbert.
Paragraph.
What time the chaos and violence? Is it there or it is not?
It's not really, you were asking the witness about some of the incidents. Maybe you have to speak to her.
Yes, my lord. My Lord,
It's not safe for her.
I'm obliged.
Now she's referring to someone else.
Because it's not here. That's the emphasis. So I put to you that you do not know the time. You are not aware. Is it within your knowledge? Yes or no?
No, my lord, but there are statements within Mr. Kalemba.
No, your knowledge.
No specific time,
No
my lord.
specific time. Between 7 and 4 p.m. Then would I be right? Can ignore that. Ajat. Ajat Nambi, let's leave that edit. It's not there. We also don't know the number of voters who turned up at that polling station. Do you?
No, my lord.
So would I be right to state that you don't want the truth in the numbers of voters?
No, my lord.
Everything they reported but the numbers. Okay. Everything.
My Lord, maybe I just wanted to direct the witness. The witness is such that
It helps us.
I just